guys! Today we are going to explore a new topic. It's called Mind Palace. Now, what is a mind palace? Okay, if we look at it literally, it could mean creating a palace out of mind. And if you actually guessed it that way, it's great. The thing is, this is a brain technique or a memory technique where we associate the things that we need to remember to things we create in our mind. Okay, this is a technique that has been used from a long time. Our ancestors used to do it, it is said. So let's get to it. Now let's get to an example. In this room, what do you see? So many things, but we don't need that many things. Okay, this is just an example, so just listen. In this room, let me locate 5 things. First of all, number 1 is that chair. Number 2 is the window. Number 3 is the light above. Number 4 is the bed. And number 5 is the mat or the carpet on the floor. Now, let's take Kingdom Protista. Okay, Kingdom Protista. It consists of 5 types, that is chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds, and protozoans. Now, how do we use this technique to remember these? This is just an example, and I'll take these 5 things. First of all, it is chrysophytes. So cry, something related to crying, right? Chrysophytes. So maybe we can imagine a child crying on that chair. Number 1 is that chair, so we associate something related to the word we want to remember to that particular object. So this is a memory technique, it requires imagination. So imagine that a child is crying on that chair. Number 2 is dinoflagellates. Now dinoflagellates, the word that comes to my mind first of all is a dinosaur. So number 2 is what? Yes, it's the window. So how do we imagine that? So let's take a dinosaur. Okay, a dinosaur, it's looking through the window. It's really scary. Okay, imagine a really terrific dinosaur looking through that window right at you. Yes. And how do we associate that? It's dinoflagellates for the dinosaur. So imagine that. Third is euglenoids. Now euglenoids, the thing that came to my mind is U. U for euglenoids, U, Y-O-U. So it's the light, right? Third is the light. So how can you imagine that? Maybe this is just an example. You can use your own imagination for doing this. So how do we imagine that? Maybe a hand, a pointing hand is coming out of that light and it is pointing right at you. So what does that mean? U for euglenoids. It's just an example. You can take anything else. Okay, maybe you can imagine that light is emitting light that with a design of U, Y-O-U or something. Anything, just you need to imagine. It depends on you. Now the fourth one is slime molds. Now slime molds, that's for the bed. So how can you imagine that or associate that? Maybe you can do this. Okay, the bed has become so slimy. The bed has become really slimy. That means greenish in color. Just imagine that. You wouldn't want to lie there, right?
What?
And the fifth one, it's the protozoans. For protozoans, maybe protozoans, pro is what? Professional. So maybe you can imagine the person you think as professional. Maybe it's somebody else, or maybe it's you yourself. Maybe exercising on that mat, working out on that mat, or doing meditation or anything on that mat. Just imagine that person you think as a pro in something. Okay, there might be somebody, and if there isn't, that pro may be you. Okay, So these are the 5 things: chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds, and protozoans. Now, how was that? We can use this technique anytime, anywhere, and instantly remember things and actually recollect them too. So all this requires practice, and we need to practice it in order to perfect this art. So if you're interested, just keep going in this path. So keep going. Happy learning. Bye.